Hello, Amy here from SweetStamp. I'm here live in the SweetStamp kitchen studio here in Ireland, broadcasting to you in Australia at Lollipop Cake Supplies. So thank you so much for the team at Lollipop Cake Supplies for inviting me to do this live. It's actually bittersweet because I love working with everybody from Australia, but I think I'm meant to be in Australia right now, but of course that it was not going to happen with the pandemic. So it's great to be with you in some shape or form. Many of you probably know about SweetStamp, and SweetStamp is the product that I've created. It is a letter embossing system which allows you to emboss individual letters to create your own custom wording. And what's great about SweetStamp is there's so many different styles and sizes to suit everybody's needs. I know there's some big cookie fans in Australia and people who do some beautiful cakes. A lot of the great trends seem to start in Australia, which we're always keeping an eye out what's happening there, and we're just so delighted to always have a great support network in Australia. But we would love you to even spread the word even further and like and share this live. And if you like and share this live, you're in with a chance of winning this beautiful, it's a starter kit for SweetStamp. You want to get the Candy lettering set, which is a great set for beginners, great set for, it's like a really versatile style font. It's actually one of the fonts I'm going to be using today in my live. You have the pick-up pad, and I'm going to show you how to use the pick-up pad. It is such a good tool to have with your SweetStamp. It makes SweetStamp work so much easier. And an element set. So elements are like the little designs that you can put on, your cookies, cupcakes, the side of your cake, and so on. And I'm going to show you how to incorporate the elements into a design today. So if anybody has any questions, make sure you just keep asking. We have Rachel from Lollipop, who's actually also going to be answering questions, but I'm going to be able to have my phone here and I'm going to see if there's any questions popping in. So thank you everybody for starting to watch. We have a little group already watching. So again, just make sure you share this live to your favorite cake group, to your friends, your family who are interested in cakes. You're going to be in with a chance of winning this, and it's going to help us spread the word about this fantastic product. And as always, I love the support from Australia, so I'm very grateful for that. This is the cookie set, so this is like the small one. This one is used for like cookies or cupcakes or longer messages on your cakes. So I'm actually going to show you the sets I'm going to be working with here, and I'm going to show you so many different techniques with these sets. The possibilities with SweetStamp are almost endless, so it's up to you what you create with SweetStamp. It's a never-ending inspiration, and so many of my customers and the influencers and followers come up with such great techniques and uses as well. And we have some lovely people in Australia who use SweetStamp and are always sharing their lovely creations. So I'm just going to pop the camera to a different view so you can see what I'm doing here. So I have these two sets, and I think these are a great pair of sets to start with. What usually happens when people purchase SweetStamp, they get hooked and they buy more. So it's like one of those collector's items. You just want one of everything. And most of the sets are color coded, so it makes it really easy for you to see what set is what. And when you open up your SweetStamp sets, you're going to be able to see that all the letters are laid out in alphabetical order, uppercase and lowercase, making it a much easier and quicker way for you to decorate. We're always wanting to find out quicker and easier and prettier ways to decorate our bakes, so this is going to make life easier. All of our small and large sets, or medium sets, have numbers and symbols included as well, so you're getting loads in this set. If you were to buy like molds or cutters in uppercase, lowercase, numbers and symbols, you'd definitely be investing. But what's great about SweetStamp, it's all in one, and it makes your cake decorating that much prettier. So I'm going to show you how to use them in a few minutes, but I'm also going to be showing you some of the sweet sticks, dusts and paints. So you guys are so blessed to have this incredible brand from Australia. It is a world-renowned brand, just due to the amazing quality of the products, and I'm obsessed with them. I just can't stop using them. The dust was the latest range that was brought out by Miranda, who owns Sweet Sticks. And the paints are like a liquid paint ready to paint. So all you need to do is shake it, paint it, and that's it. It will paint onto buttercream, ganache, fondant, royal icing. So there's so many uses, and that little bottle goes such a long way. And I'm going to show you the benefits of both. There's so many different perks to the dusts and the paints and so on. So let's get cracking. So I just want to remind you again, I'm here in Ireland. It's only 11 a.m. So I think you guys are just, was it 10 past 8 there at the moment? And I am just starting off my day with decorating a lovely cake with you. So I'm going to start with the blank canvas topper. So the blank canvas is a topper and cutter concept which allows you to create custom toppers that match your cake. So sometimes if you have a custom topper that you've ordered, it doesn't arrive in time, or it's spelt wrong. We've all made those mistakes and so on. And with this concept, you can always have this in your cake cupboard, and it's going to be a great thing for you just to fall back on if there's a little cake emergency, but also it's just a beautiful way to make toppers in general. So there's actually, I think there's 6 styles of the blank canvas, and Lollipop Cake Supplies stock the blank canvas toppers. So the blank canvas topper is a blank topper with a matching cutter. Now this cutter actually doubles as a great cookie cutter. So if you want to make a giant cookie, grab these guys. So what you do is you cut out your shape and you put it on top of your topper. It's as easy as that. And we have different shapes like plaques, rainbows, hearts. There is hexagon. I love the hexagon one. So this is a great concept, and it works so well with SweetStamp as well. So candy is one of Teresa's favourite sets. What's my favourite set? Oh my God, that is not an easy question to answer. It depends on what I'm interested in at the time. Like it changes. Right now I'm loving the curly set. The curly set is such a fun and elegant set, but it works so well on kids' cakes as well. But what I'm using is the candy and the cookie set today. I'm just gonna, before I pop this, because people are asking this question already, I'm gonna show you this board here. And this board is a great way for you to decide what SweetStamp lettering set you want. So what a great set to start with is definitely the candy set, and that's the one that we're gonna be using today. And what's great about the candy set is it's really versatile, it's really pretty, but not too much calligraphy. It's kind of easy to read, easy for kids to read and so on. It is uppercase, lowercase and numbers, and Lollipop Cake Supplies now have a starter pack, a bundle which is on special price, which you can get the candy set and the pickup pad for a good price. So why not grab that? Favorite set right now is the curly set. I just think that is it's one of our first sets, and it's a much loved set. I think it's a great one to have. And I know there's a lot of cookie people in Australia, and that's why we have the cookie and the vanilla set. These are like our little mini sets, and they're just so fun and easy to use on cakes as well. They don't need to be just used on cookies and cupcakes. So I'll go back to this later, but that's a really good board to give you some inspiration. If anybody wants to screenshot that now, I'll just hold it up to the camera. You can have that for reference to help you make up your mind. And just remember, all these sets are on special. So Lollipop Cake Supplies are just super generous at the moment. They've been operating through this pandemic, supplying flour and baked goods and so on, and they've decided to offer you a SweetStamp deal. Like, I was meant to be there at the moment, visiting and promoting SweetStamp, so it's a really generous offer that Steve and his team have decided to give you. So that's a lot of the sets are 25% off, and some are even 30%. So you want to go on to Lollipop Cake Supplies and check that out. So the sets that are on 25% off are like these guys here. But if you want to get an even bigger discount, you can get the 30% off, which is the slightly older sets that don't have the boxes. And that's the only difference, is they don't have the boxes. So you can get the SweetStamp set without the box for 30% off, which is a huge saving. And then in time, when these become available and they won't be that expensive, you can just purchase that separately. So you're going to be saving a lot regardless. So I would definitely advise you to get online and get one of the 30% off deals. So I'll come back to that later, but that gives you a good idea about the variations of SweetStamp lettering. And all these little bits, they're kind of like our elements and floral sets as well. The magical set, yeah, I love the magical set. It's so cute, it really is. And what's nice about the magical set is you can use it for cookies and cupcakes. The lowercase is actually really small, which means that you can write longer messages onto your cookies and so on. Okay, so I'm just going to need some of my fondant. We call it sugar paste here, so I just need to remember to keep calling it fondant. I'm just going to make sure my fondant is nice and kneaded. You don't want to emboss SweetStamp into anything that has dried or crusted over. So you want to only emboss SweetStamp into fresh sugar paste. Fondant, sorry, fondant. I need to remember that. So I'm just going to use a little bit of corn flour icing sugar as it's so hot here at the moment. I have the beautiful Australian weather to deal with here at the moment, which is not normally the case. We usually have very wet, cold temperatures, but today, the day of course I'm doing a live to you, it is so hot outside, and that means everything else is warm in here, the sugar paste and myself. So I'm just going to roll this out. I'm going to roll it to about 2 to 3 mil. You can get spacers that you can actually helps you to roll to the perfect thickness, but I'm quite good at gauging this, so I don't need it. And again, all the products that we're using here are available at Lollipop Cake Supplies, so you don't need to go anywhere else. You can get all the SweetStamp products and all your normal cakey goodies with Lollipop Cake Supplies. So I'm happy with that, and it's nice and smooth. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my cutter. So the cutter is the exact same size as the blank canvas topper, and I'm going to press down and I'm going to cut here. Oh, so it's so hot in Essex as well. So we've got people from the UK watching an Australian live that's broadcasted in Ireland. It's great to see such an international audience. And again, just keep sharing. It's going to be great, great way to support small businesses, family-run businesses, and not only the fact that there is some incredible savings at the moment as well. So I'm just going to place this on top of my blank canvas topper. Now, usually I don't need glue because the fondant is tacky, but if you want, you can use glue, because I put a bit of corn flour on this. And then I'm just going to make sure it's all neat coming to the sides. And I'm actually going to show you a little trick here. I'm going to be using, making a kind of a baby themed cake. I actually forgot to introduce what I'm actually making. And the baby themed cake is going to have a moon. It's going to be Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, How We Wonder. So it's going to be like a gender reveal cake, but you can use that kind of style cake for so many different kind of celebrations. I think I needed to use a little bit of glue on this because it's not sticking as well. Let me just go grab my glue. You can also use your vegetable fat. I know a lot of people in Australia use vegetable fat, which is such a good product. We don't actually have it available easily in Ireland, unfortunately. So I'm just going to use a little bit of vegetable fat on the back of this to help stick it on. This is the problem. This is a firmer sugar paste, and I just needed to use a little bit of corn flour on it. So I'm just going to recut this to size because I just moved it around a little bit, and I'm going to place it back on my blank canvas topper. So a little bit of edible glue or the vegetable fat, sorry, this stuff here. It's not the prettiest stuff, but it does the job. So I'm just going to cut out my shape once again. I'm going to stick that onto my blank canvas topper, so that's nice and ready to be stuck on now. Actually, do you know what? This is the, yeah. So I'm going to put this off to one side because half of this blank canvas topper is going to be covered with a moon. So I'm not going to be worried about that side there. I'm just going to smooth off the edges because this is a baby themed cake, so you want it really soft and curved edges. You don't want any sharpness in this. So I'm just going to put that off to the side, and I'm going to show you a little trick now. I'm going to be using this cutter to create a moon shape. And it's just a circle cutter. You don't need two cutters. It's going to be a moon shape with one cutter. I'm going to use this yellow because I'm going to make it look like it's going to be a baby cake. So you want all these lovely soft colours. So any questions? That's actually a really good idea for a gender reveal cake. It's going to be so cute, and it's going to be one of those ones you can use for multiple baby celebrations, like christenings, birthdays, naming days, whatever celebration is coming up. This is going to be a really nice design that you can use for many types of baby celebrations. So I'm just going to knead this fondant. We have a very sticky fondant today because of the heat in here. We're not equipped for this weather here in Ireland. You guys are well used to it. When it gets hot here, we just are all in like panic mode. We're like, it's too hot, we can't deal with this. So just a little bit of icing sugar or corn flour again, just to help get that stickiness out of it because it's so warm. And the thing with fondant, it can be so tempered to cold temperatures as well. So like sometimes if it's too cold, the fondant can get sticky, and that's why you're not really meant to leave fondant in the fridge because it actually starts sweating then. So I want to make this a little bit thicker than I have for the other. Oh, I just dropped my cutter. 1 second. So I just launched the cutter off the side of the counter there. So here we go. So this is a little bit thicker than your blank canvas topper that I just created there. So I'm going to press down on the larger part here, and I have my lovely edge there. And now I'm going to create the moon shape, and I'm just going to do this by cutting out another small circle, just like that. We have a moon, and that's going to be a gorgeous addition to the blank canvas topper. So just with a little bit of edible glue, I'm going to glue the moon onto the blank canvas topper. So just your normal edible glue, or even just a little bit of water if you don't have any. And you're just going to put glue on the side you want to put the moon on, and lift it up and just place it. And you only need a little bit of glue. Sometimes less glue is more. Now we have our lovely moon. So that's coming together quite nicely and quite quickly as well. So just like that, we have a moon on our blank canvas topper. So any questions here? No aircon, that's the problem. Yeah, we're not used to this, so we don't have anything prepared. See some people watching from Ireland as well. So here we go. I'm just softening off the sides here just to make that look again like that gorgeous soft edged baby look. Nothing sharp, all very soft and pretty. And we have the lovely shape of the moon there. I'm just tidying up the edges where I want to tidy up. You can just manipulate this to exactly what you want. And I'm going to bring it all the way down to the edge of the topper here. Just like that. So can you see how lovely that is already? Now I'm going to show you a little trick that I use to make the moon look even more like a moon, and that is with a ball tool set. So let me go grab my ball tools. So Lollipop Cake Supply have these giant ball tools as well. So these are such a good tool to have for flower making, but a lot of tools in Sugarcraft double for other purposes. So these are the ball tools. You probably recognize them, and there is normally sets of like 3 or 4, or you can buy them individually. Depends on what Lollipop have available on their website and in store. And all you do is going to use these ball tools to create the moon effect. So I'm going to use the largest ball tool. I'm going to press down and just pivot around and make that kind of the cheese look, you know, the signature moon cheese look. I'm going to use the bigger one to start with, and then I'm going to just go in randomly with the smaller one. I'm also going to do it at the side, so it looks like it's kind of like 3D, if you know what I mean. I think that's called 2D, isn't it? So just like that. And you can go in with, if you wanted, you can go in with even smaller again, if you wanted to add those little details. But you can see now how quick that has transformed into a moon. It's very recognizable very quickly. Let me just tidy this one up a little bit. And just like that, we have a lovely little moon. What do you think of that? Do you like it? Michelle's watching. Michelle's in the other room. Michelle's out packing products in the warehouse, and she's tuned in. We're all being very careful and social distancing here. I think we need one more here. And look at that. That's gorgeous now. Any questions? I'm certainly looking forward to knowing how to use the alphabet stamps, Liz. Great. Well, I'm going to show you. Now, I'm going to use 2 sets here to create my wording. Now, usually on lives or demos, I only use smaller words just to make it a quicker process. So excuse the fact that I might be lettering for a little while, but that's because I wanted to use the Twinkle Twinkle little star words, and it's just going to be so cute with this. So just bear with me. We're going to be a little bit repetitive for the next few minutes, but you can keep asking questions. Rachel is on the live, and I can actually answer as well if needed. So I'm going to start with the candy set, and how to use the lettering sets is very simple. You're going to take your fondant and take just a little bit of your fondant and make it tacky, and this is what's going to help you pick up the letters. out of the tray. I find this is the quickest and easiest way to pick out the letters. And again, all alphabetical order makes it super easy for you to know where the letters are to then place them. So I'm actually, do you know what I'm going to do? Just before I place the letters, I'm just going to dust this lightly because it's so warm here. I don't want the letters sticking into the fondant. So that just helps if your fondant's sticky. I don't normally do this, but because not only is my sugar paste sweating, but me as well, I want to make it easier. So I'm using a tacky sugar paste. I'm going to place my letter exactly where I want to emboss it. So I'm going to put that there. So Twinkle, and make sure I spell this right. I have been known to spell twinkle wrong and miss a K or an N, which makes a completely different word. So make sure I'm spelling it right, please. T-W-I. You know, sometimes when you look at a word too much, you actually just kind of question how it's meant to be spelled. Twinkle. Where's the K? Just like that. Just line them up exactly where you want the letters embossed. Much quicker process than cutting out letters or using molds as well. So Twinkle fits beautifully there. And then I'm going to put star down the end. So I'm using the larger lettering first. The reason being because I need to make sure that it fits because it's the larger lettering. I can manipulate the smaller lettering to fit into any area, but because this is larger, I'm just being a little bit clever with it. S-T-A, where's A? There we go. And you can see why this set is so popular. It's such a pretty font. So we've got Twinkle and Star there. And I'm going to then emboss the cookie after that. There's no point in doing it all at once and stressing yourself out and feeling that pressure. This is going to be a great way to, oh, Teresa said she spelt birthday without the H. I think I remember that. Has anybody else made spelling mistakes on cakes? Have I done it before? I don't think I have. On a cake for order, I don't think so. I got the date wrong for a wedding though. A wedding cake, a tower of cupcakes for a wedding. It was on a Thursday, the wedding, and I thought it was on the Friday. And I found out during the day, and I swear to God, it was the quickest baking I've ever done. They were delighted. I followed through though. It was only a small wedding, so it worked out, but oh my God, the stress. Okay, so I'm just using a paintbrush, or you can use a scriber needle just to manipulate and move them if you wish, especially if your hands are a bit sticky. So the next step is going to be using your pickup pad. So the pickup pads become in two sizes, the large and the round one. Somebody spotted it in, Teresa said somebody spotted the mistake in a post. Oh God, I hope it wasn't too late, or at least some people find the humour. Sorry, which set is the blue set? This is called Candy. So like candy sweets, and it is a great set for beginners. All SweetStamp is suitable for beginners. It's just some sets are even more suitable. So Lollipop has a great deal with the pickup pad and the candy set at the moment as a perfect starter kit. So when you get your pickup pad, you're going to peel off the clear film and you're going to throw that out. You don't need that. And then you're going to get the hard clear part of your pad and you're going to stick the sticky part to it. And there you go, your pickup pad is complete. Then what you do is you peel off the film with the graph, and you want to keep this part of the film. This is going to be so handy if you need to line up letters and then to stick the letters to it so you can emboss. What I'm doing is the opposite. So I'm putting them on the fondant and then embossing. But I'm going to show you how to emboss on the side of a cake in a little while and use this to show you how quick and easy it is. So I'm going to, now, I know it's a little bit tricky because I have the moon here. You could do this before or after the moon. I'm going to also use the small pickup pad as well to help this. So I'm going to just do words, one word at a time. Actually, yeah, I'm going to start with star. I'm going to try not to touch the moon. I'm just going to press. And I'm going to press much deeper than I'd normally recommend because we're not going to be painting this in. We're going to be using the perfect pour flooding bottles instead. I'm going to show you how to paint SweetStamp and to flood SweetStamp. There's so many options. You can also flood the lettering with royal icing if you want. You can fill it with sprinkles or glitter, or sometimes it's nice just to leave it there. You don't necessarily always have to add something into it. It's actually, sometimes it's really elegant just to leave it as it is. So do we have any more questions? Oh, somebody else got the wrong date. It's such a stressful part of cake decorating, isn't it? There's so many aspects. The candy set is great for beginners, Caroline said. Caroline has a fantastic cake company, Cake, Bake, Decorate, or Create. I can never get it right, but she's featured in some of the magazines, in Cake Masters magazines recently, and she's just such beautiful designs. So here we have Twinkle Emboss and a little bit deeper, which is perfect. Now this one I couldn't pick up because I couldn't get in, but I'm going to show you another way to pick out the letters if needed. And again, just pop all the letters back in when you're finished. They just come off the pickup pad nice and easy. There is no chemicals on the pickup pad, so it is completely food safe, and you don't need any nasty chemicals. You just use it, and then you can clean it, and you can put the film back on. I'm going to use the small one now just to pick out that letter. You can also use a scribe or something and just pop it out, but it's a little bit difficult because it's in beside the moon. So I'm going to use this guy to pull it out. Love Cake Create, that's the brand. Sorry, I'm not good with names. If you guys have a cake company, why don't you actually send us the name so we can all just like and share each other's cake companies. It'd be nice to support each other. And there you go, that just pops out nice and easy. So Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and I'm going to do the rest of the lettering now with the cookie set. So again, sorry if I'm being super repetitive, but it's a great way to see how SweetStamp works and how easy it is to use as well. Now this is the little set, and this is such a cute set. It's been going for almost 2 years now, and it's just a really nice, fun calligraphy that works well on cookies and cupcakes, whatever you wish. So I'm going to try spell this correct again. So I'm going to spell Twinkle, T-W. I see people starting to tag their businesses, which is great. So anybody, just make sure you go and follow and support each other, especially through difficult times like this. It can be difficult for businesses. Twinkle. So Lollipop Cake Supplies was our first stockist in Australia of SweetStamp, so they've been incredibly supportive from the beginning. It's a lovely family-run company, and they have a great team of staff that I get on so well with. They're just all so positive, bubbly and friendly, and they have a store in Queensland, and they also dispatch, I think they dispatch worldwide, or you definitely dispatch to New Zealand, but maybe somebody could actually answer. I know Steve has said that he has dispatched abroad before, but I'm sure somebody will comment and let me know about that. But the competition now, so if you like and share this live, you could be in with a chance of winning a SweetStamp hamper, and that is open to anybody in Australia or New Zealand. So it's a great way to start a SweetStamp collection with the candy set and the pickup pad and an element set. So little L-I-T-T. So I'm going to be using L-E twice now, so L-I-T-T-L-E. So I'm going to show you now how, if you don't have enough letters to complete a word, it's so easy. You don't have to worry. You can do the letter in 2 stages. So I'm going to just pop out my small pickup pad to pick up the small word here. So L-I-T, and I'm going to emboss nice and deep, just like that. And I might as well just use the larger one for this larger word. And this is what I mean, why it's so handy to have both pickup pads. You use them for both projects, little and large. Just like that. And again, I wasn't able to get in there to pick up the others because of the moon was in the way. So I'll go in with my smaller pickup pad and I'll pick them up. There we go. So it's really coming together now. I have long nails. It's not a good thing to have when decorating. So I'm just going to finish L-I-T-T. Where's the small t? And L-E. Where's L? Oh, it's up here. So this is me reusing the same letters twice, and I'm just separating the word into 2 so I don't have to worry if I don't have all the letters. A lot of the sets actually contain duplicates, which is such a great way to make it easier. But again, don't worry if you can't use, if you've used all your duplicates. because you can do this easily. So I'm just popping all these back in safely into their spaces, nice and safe. Perfect for next time. This is a tool that's going to last you a long, long time. So little, and I'm going to emboss it to a similar depth, and there we go. So I'm going to bring this up to the camera here so you can see how lovely this is. And again, like, that doesn't need to be painted. You can choose if you want to paint that. I am, because I'm going to show you a few techniques, but isn't that just fantastic? I'm going to actually now show you how to emboss onto the side of a cake, and then I'm going to paint everything. I'm going to show you how to flood, paint, dust. There's going to be so many techniques and you're going to want to watch it. Isn't it lovely? So Christine, does the pad lose its stickiness? So the thing is, there's no stickiness on the pickup pad. It's actually a patented material, a patented concept. So SweetStamp is a patented concept, and unfortunately there has been a few copiers, which is always very difficult, and we've been trying to deal with that professionally. So if you see any copiers of SweetStamp, just make sure you steer clear. This is the original. It's created by myself, and it is a patented concept. So the part of the patented concept is the letterings, individual letters to create custom wording, but also the pickup pad. So the pickup pad is a chemical free, so there's no stickiness. If you touch that, you're not going to feel stickiness. You might feel tackiness. So what happens is the material on this clings to the letters temporarily. It doesn't stick them. So this won't lose its stickiness. What will happen is you'll put icing sugar and corn flour and oil on this accidentally, like all of us do. I'm a very messy decorator. And all you do is peel off this part, and you just rinse that and dry it, and it works again. It's not going to last forever, but it's going to last you a long, long time. Like, I still have the original one working from over a year ago. So you don't need to worry. It's not a once-off purchase. It'll last you. So I'm going to move on to the cake now. Actually, I'm going to pop this to the side. So I just iced this dummy cake just before we went live, so it's nice and soft, and also so I don't have to be icing a dummy cake in fondant just live, because that is like my worst nightmare. I have no technique to icing cakes. It's just whatever works, and I'm actually happy it did work. Should you wash it after a while? No, don't wash it if it's working. Don't ruin a good thing. So just only wash it if you need to. Another thing is the top of your letters might get a little bit dusty or oily, so you want to wipe that down with some rose spirit or some rejuvenator, some of your proper alcohol for cakes. So you just need to make sure the letters are clean, the pad is clean, they work together, and then you have no problems. Okay, so I'm going to do Twinkle Twinkle Little Star for the topper, and How We Wonder. So How We Wonder. I'm going to do How We with the cookie set, and then I'm going to do Wonder with the candy set. Sorry. So this pickup pad has the film. So this is 4 inches high. I think the dummy's 5 inches high. So I'm just lining that up. I'm going to pop to the other camera here. So I'm just lining this up so you can see where you're going to place your letters, so you know how to gauge where you want to emboss them. And I'm going to show you now how I do that. So I'm going to pop back to the other camera. I'm going to be switching cameras a bit here. Oh, sorry. And I'm just going to use How We Wonder. Yeah, sorry. And I'm going to put this up at the top because I want it to be centered enough in the cake. So How, H-O-W. And these are calligraphy style sets. There are some sets that aren't calligraphy that you don't have to join, but you'll know yourself if it has a tail at the end of the letter, it is calligraphy, so it should join. So I'm just going to, where's the capital W? There we go. How We. This is going to be so pretty. And Wonder. W, where is W? Here we go. W-O. These are laid out alphabetically, but you need to know your alphabet. It's like I'm like W-O-N. So do we have any more questions? I know that some of my cakey friends are actually online, probably answering a few questions. You're great support, thank you. It's hard to look at the screen constantly and keep working away here. We have some SweetStamp experts like Jan and Teresa and Caroline on this live, which is great to have people that will learn nothing from me. They should be doing their own lives. How we wonder. Now you could say what you are, because it's like a gender reveal. So you could keep going, but again, I don't want to be here forever just doing lettering for you. I just want to show you the concept and then you can get cracking on it. So, how we wonder. So I'm going to just place my pickup pad identically to on top of the size of the film. So you're going to know exactly where that is on the film. And then that's all stuck on there perfectly. Then I'm going to go around, actually I should have had a smoother, do I have one? I don't have a smoother. I'm going to use the top of this. And I'm going to then emboss. So I'm going to swap the camera here so you can see. So I'm just going to use my hand to keep the cake centered and stable, especially because this is a dummy cake. It's a little bit lighter. So then I'm going to start on one side and I'm just going to press evenly and emboss. Now don't worry if you make a mistake on this, because you can go over again and just emboss if you haven't pressed it deep enough or you're missing a letter and so on. So this is not going to be the final, so don't worry if you make mistakes. I make mistakes. And see what I'm doing? I'm leaning this on the countertop. So it's going to be nice and stable. So Wonder came out perfectly, but How We was quite faint. So I'm going to emboss that separately just because it makes it easier. And that's why I was saying earlier, it's sometimes easier just to do smaller batches rather than one batch. So I'm just going to smooth out the little bit of the emboss it created there, and I'm going to go back over with How We. Now sorry, I'm trying to show you and still do this, so it's a little bit of a multitask here. So How We Wonder. Perfect. So I'm going to pop onto the other camera here and I'm going to show you how that came out there. Now this is great because it's a dummy cake, so I can show you, but obviously you wouldn't be doing this with real cake. Then what I do is I lightly go over this with a smoother. Sometimes you might get little bulges there, and that's going to be natural with embossing sugar paste. So I'm just going to go over that with one of my, actually I need to smooth the top as well. I'm just going to go over this gently with my smoother. And you see I didn't emboss as deep as the top right here because I want to paint this in. So if you're painting, you don't want to emboss it deep. But if you are flooding or filling with sprinkles or anything, you do want to emboss it deeper. So what do you think of that? Is that something you'd like to invest in? I think it's definitely something that a lot of people are investing in, and it's bringing new dimensions to their cakes. But it's such an easy thing to do, and I just think you're going to love SweetStamp. Now I'm going to emboss little stars into my topper. So where are we? So I'm going to go back to the topper. And in the happy birthday set, so we have a lot of element sets. So elements are like designs. They're like silhouettes and words and so on. But the happy birthday has stars in it, which I think are going to be great for this. So I'm going to open this up here. Actually, do I have open ones? Let me see. I might have open ones here just to save me opening another packet. One sec. No, I don't. Okay, so I'm just going to open this packet here. And I'm going to take out the stars. But you could do hearts if you wanted. I just think stars is kind of working with this really cute kind of night scene baby cake. And I'm just going to use the stars just to fill up those little gaps here. Actually, I just think I'll use the little star. And again, the small pickup pad is going to be great for this. Just these little spot embosses. Just there, emboss. And this is actually great for you to understand how to emboss multiple cookies. You're just going to have your little words or your decoration on your pickup pad, and you're going to emboss again and again and again. It's going to make it so easy for you to create your own custom embossers. So just like that. And then I'm going to do the exact same for the cake. So I'm going to use the larger star for the cake, just because it fills up more space. And I'm just going to go around and emboss some stars. And because this is a round cake, you're just going to, again, curve it. You want to emboss and press. Might use the small as well. Actually, I'm going to use the small as well. So it's nice to have multiple sizes. So, there we go. I'm going to do loads of stars. And you don't have to paint this. This is going to be a lovely texture if you don't want to paint these in. You can cover your board as well. The great thing about cake boards is you can make them days in advance and then cover. I'm really excited to see this cake come together. I've been doing a few lives recently, and do you know what? This time, obviously, it's tragic for a lot of people, but it's a good time to get creative again. I find myself so busy. I should have been in Australia right now and traveling around, but it's a great time just to pause and just reflect and then get creative, especially for people like all of us cakers, which are naturally creative anyway. But a good thing about SweetStamp is it just makes it takes the stress out of being creative, but the way you put things together makes it very creative and pretty. Any questions now? I'm saving up to get some. So hard to decide. Well, why don't you get them now? Because they're on 30 and 25% discount at the moment. So look at those stars I just added to that cake. Has not really just transformed it so quickly. I'm really happy with that. Obviously, this is dummy. What's the name of the pack I just opened? That is called the Happy Birthday Elements. But there's so many different styles of elements. There's themed ones for seasons and holidays. There's just generic like designs. There's baby ones like the baby feet and so on. So like there's loads of options. And again, when you're finished with your pickup pads, make sure you put them away. And don't make the mistake I always make and leave them out for them to get dusty and dirty and so on. So we've got such a great audience already, and I'm so happy that so many people are tuning in. It's always nerve-wracking when you're doing a live whether anybody's going to watch you, and not alone is everything you're going to do turn out nice, and I'm happy with the way things are going at the moment. So I'm finishing with my SweetStamp lettering now, so I'm going to clean it all away and keep it all safe and pop all the letters back in their tray exactly where they're meant to go, and you're not going to have a problem finding your letters again in the future. So these letters aren't too thick. You don't want thick letters. If these letters were almost a little bit thicker, you would be pressing them in too hard. These have all been thought out and planned to be certain thicknesses and heights and sizing. As the creator of SweetStamp, you're always going to find the best quality with the original, and obviously the best customer service as well. And Lollipop Cake Supplies has been a huge support since the beginning of SweetStamp, and the first stockist in Australia. So let's have a look at what we've created. Where's my topper? Here we go. So we have this, it's all coming together quite nicely. So now we're getting on to the fun part, which is the painting. So does using the cake smoother remove, flatten the fondant? My attempts with the little yellow set have not been usable as the fondant distorted. So you're probably pressing a little bit too deep. And then what you want to do when you've pressed a little bit too deep, just go on top and just give it a light surface smooth. You just want to kind of just encourage any bulges just to go back where it is. So it's probably just the depth that you're embossing. So try light, medium and deep. But if you're just doing cookies, maybe a medium depth. So just kind of emboss about halfway the depth of the letter. So let me see, any more questions? What's the name of the pack? Just open. Oh, I answered that. Who stocks them in Australia? Helen, you're live on Lollipop Cake Supplies. This is the stockist. So you're going to be able to find all these products and so much more great products on Lollipop Cake Supplies. So I'm so happy with how this is turning out at the moment. Now, this is the fun part. And I'm actually going to zoom in a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing closer. So I'm really happy with this. Are you liking it as well? Now I am going to use some brushes. Now this is the part where everything's going to come together very quickly, and I'm not going to be boring you too much longer with me rambling on about this and that. Again, I'm going to be using the fantastic edible art dusts and paints. These guys are incredible, and you are so lucky to have these produced in Australia. We love them here in Ireland and around the world. We sell them everywhere, but Lollipop Cake Supplies has the range there, so you can pop that into your shopping cart with your SweetStamp goodies as well. And I think Lollipop actually have offers on this at the moment, so if you want to get some paints and dusts, you can get them with Lollipop. I think Rachel will let me know what the deals are, but I think I saw a really good offer at the moment. So obviously this is a gender reveal, and I apologize if there's any people who don't believe in gender anymore. This is not to insult. This is just this is your choice if you want to do a gender reveal party. So I'm going to be using the pinks and blues, because usually pink means girl and blue means boy. But again, if you decide you don't believe in colours for genders, you don't have to do this. What you could do is just like a pastel themed, like just a multiple of pastels, or yellow is a great neutral colour if you are worried about gender. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of my, this is pink diamond, this is the pink diamond dust. Isn't the container just so cute? It's like a little Tic Tac bottle, and Miranda, who developed these, she's such a clever innovator and the original creator of these types of paints. Again, one of the originals that Lollipop Cake Supply stocks. They're a great company to get original products and quality products. So I'm just going to pop out exactly, probably a little bit more than I need, as I always do. But it's great control with these bottles. You only need to dispense what you need. I have a new packet of silver here I need to open. Let me just use this now. And there's so much in this. Like it's a small container, but it's so condensed, and you're going to see the quality now in a minute as well. So a little goes a long, long way. I'm going to use the dusting brush, so you can get any dusting brushes, and I'm going to use the silver just to add a little bit more kind of detail with the little cheese craters I created with the moon. And isn't that just transforming it so quickly? So just a little bit of dusting just to bring up those details. Again, it's all soft little details, nothing harsh on this cake, because it's all baby themed, all pastels. And you could use this this moon idea for like a kid's cake, like a space cake, and so on, or even like a Lion King cake with the moon in the background. There's loads of ideas. So I've just used the silver there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the blue, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to shade these letters before I paint. So I'm going to do blue and pink and pink. So I'm going to use the winter blue. It's just such a nice light blue. Just make sure there's not too much on the brush. And then just, hold on, I think, is that brush wet? I've got too much here. I'm just going to move that around. Lovely. So nice soft blue, nothing too harsh. And we're going to fill that in with gold. And then here I'm going to do the same for the little, and then I'm going to move on to a different brush because I don't want to mix blue with the pink. I want to be able to see the different colours. So these are all just little tricks, little details to help you make your projects with SweetStamp stand out a little bit more. I'm going to use the larger brush now with the pink. So these are just nice light colours, nothing too harsh. And I'm just going to dust on the pink diamond. This would also be nice on the side of a cake if you wanted to dust a whole cake in like a metallic. So we have so many people online now. Thank you so much for watching. Anybody who's just joined us, it's Amy here from SweetStamp in Ireland, live on Lollipop Cake Supplies page. They're in Queensland, Australia, and they have an amazing store and online shop, dispatching worldwide, and they have incredible SweetStamp and Sweet Sticks offers at the moment. So if you want to get any of these products, you can go on to what's the website? Lollipop Cake Supplies, is it .co.au? I'm sure Rachel will just remind us of the website address there now in a minute. But you can go in and shop and get your SweetStamp deals. There is up to 30% off some SweetStamp sets, 25% across the range, and there is some deals with the paints as well. So let's have a look. So it's really coming together quickly, and I'm not even finished. So we have dusted our moon. We've got Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, all spelled correctly, which is definitely a plus for me. Like, you don't have to paint those lettering in now. That's actually gorgeous as it is. I'm just going to get rid of any excess dust. Now, here's the fun part. I'm going to be using the Perfect Pour bottles. Now, where is my Perfect Pour bottle? That is a good start. I had everything prepared. Maybe I dropped that as well. Michelle, are you watching? Can you bring in a perfect pour bottle for me? And I'm going to show you how to mix it up and then to paint it in. So I'm just going to get ready now for the perfect pour bottles. Hopefully I'll get one now in a second. I had one here. I think I dropped it. And sometimes things go behind the counter, so I'm not going to be crawling on the floor here. So I'm just going to make sure that I can get the perfect pour, please. Bring perfect pour. I'm just texting her. Okay, so now perfect pour bottles are a way that you can pour your paint in instead of actually painting it. So it's a way that you're going to flood the letters in. So every perfect pour bottle comes with a set of 2 bottles, a little funnel, and a lid with the bottle as well. We're just going, oh, hold on, it's here. Michelle has arrived with the perfect pour bottle. Listen, you don't see it because you're not on the screen, don't worry. Thank you. Great, so here we go. So the perfect pour bottles are here. You have your bottle, you have your lid with a little nib, you've got your lids, or your kind of like it's like a, you can close the bottle with this. I don't always use this. And then you've got your mini funnel. So easy to use. What you do is you get your little mini funnel, you're going to place it in the top of the perfect pour bottle. You're going to get your Sweet Sticks gold luster dust, and you want to use a high quality luster dust for this. It's not going to work as well with a low quality luster dust. And that's why I only recommend good quality products that are all available on Lollipop Cake Supply's website. Do you stock the round pickup pads for the cookie one? Yes, Lollipop Cake Supplies do stock them, and I'm sure Rachel's going to send you a link there. Ebony says the dusts are gorgeous. Yeah, beautiful colour dusts. They really are, and the quality is fantastic. Who has these dusts already? I think Jan says that the dusts are amazeballs. Do you guys say amazeballs in Australia? Is that a international way of saying amazing? Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit more dust in. Now you're going to want to, when you get your perfect pour bottles, you're going to practice this. You don't want to just go straight in. It's one of those things that needs 1 or 2 goes so you can perfect it. And it's all about knowing the consistency of your paint. And I'm just getting all those bits in there. Now, you guys have something called rose spirit in Australia. We call it dipping solution here in Ireland. So you just want to find a high quality, a high alcohol content liquid. It has to be high alcohol content. If you use something like vodka, it's not going to work as well. It's going to bleed the letters. It's not going to dry as quick. You need something to evaporate. First time I flooded, the biggest disaster ever. You need practice. It is definitely something. How are you now? Have you practiced and do you feel more confident? It's all about consistency. And I'm going to show you a few tricks as well. It's not, a lot of people think it's just a different way to paint the letters in. And there's always going to be mistakes as well. I make mistakes all the time, and I use perfect pour bottles all the time. There's always going to be mistakes at everything in cake decorating, so don't put yourself under pressure if it's not perfect. Like I made mistakes with this. You're not going to see them. Like you're going to see your mistakes, but your customer isn't going to, or the person receiving the cake. They're going to see a beautiful cake with loads of effort put into details. So I have about 50-50 mix there, and always on the side, just get a little bit of sugar paste and just test the consistency, and I'm happy with that. That's nice and thick. Now, flooding larger letters is definitely easier. So flooding the twinkle and the star is going to be a great one to start with. Little and twinkle, flooding the cookie set and the smaller sets is going to be more challenging. You're going to want to practice before you launch into that. So I'm going to show you, you're just going to find a point in the letter, you're going to press and flood the letters. You're not moving this around like a paintbrush. You're just finding points within the letters, pressing, and it's going to flood. And if it doesn't reach every point, you can go in after with a paintbrush and just fix up little bits. Or just like royal icing, you can use a scriber just to help encourage it to go into some parts of the letters. So it's just flooding the letters nicely there. Just like that. And I'm holding the pressure of the bottle. It's not just flowing out. So we have star, beautifully embossed. So Ebony said, definitely learned quickly what I was doing wrong. Same with everything. It's a great tool, and a lot of people are loving it. And I'm going to show you how to hand paint. So obviously Perfect Pour is only going to work on flat projects, things that you obviously gravity is not in our favour if we're doing this on the side of a cake or so on. But again, there is a place for everything. There's a place for painting, and there's a place for Perfect Pour bottles as well. So I'm just going in nice and carefully and just painting those letters in with my Perfect Pour. Cleaning the nib as I go as well, just makes it easier. And sorry if I'm being repetitive here, but it's just part of the process. And it's very satisfying to watch. I'm sure you're enjoying this, because I am. Are you guys loving this yet? A great audience, a consistent audience as well. Thank you so much for joining. And if there's anybody new, if you haven't heard, there is a SweetStamp starter kit giveaway. So Lollipop Cake Supplies have a competition that if you share this live to your cakey friends, your favorite cake group, on Facebook, anywhere that you feel like you can share, you're going to be in with the chance of winning this prize. And don't be one of those people who says, I never win anything, because this will be the time you win something. So I'm just going to fill up my bottle a little bit more. Now you can fill up this bottle completely and just have it sitting there ready. You don't have to keep filling it up bit by bit. But I'm using a lot here because I'm obviously doing a lot of lettering. So I'm just going to encourage that dust to come through. So beautiful, I can't wait to give it a go. How do you save what's left in the bottle? You just leave it there. You don't do anything. They're not an expensive thing to buy. Just buy a pack of 2, put silver in one, gold in the other, and you'll use them again and again. And if you want to expand into more colours, then what you do is buy 2 more bottles. I find that easier. You don't want to be cleaning these out again and again. So just fill it up with gold, fill one up with silver, and you're going to use that. There we go. And now the alcohol. So what do you guys think of this so far? Yes, looks amazing, lovely. Don't forget until 5 p.m. tomorrow. So you still have time, like you don't need to share, well, share right now just to give yourself the best opportunity, but even if you're watching this after the live is finished and it's still available online, you can still be in a chance of winning the SweetStamp giveaway. So this is probably a little bit looser than the original mixture I made. We're going to give it a go. I'll go into the stars as well. Just flooding and being very gentle and careful, not rushing anything. Miranda, yay! You're live. Miranda is the creator of these dusts. I've been telling them all about you and how lucky they are to have you in Australia. I'd rob you and keep you here in Ireland if I could. So all the viewers from Australia are very lucky to have such an innovative paint creator. And I was saying that it's all about quality. Lollipop Cake Supply sell all the quality originals. You know there's going to be great customer service and great quality when you're always supporting original brands. And I've made so many great friends in Australia through visiting. I'm so happy to be able to connect with so many people in Australia. I wish I lived there, but unfortunately I can't move my warehouse and factory to Australia as much as I'd love to. So I made a little bit of a mistake there, and I will show you how to correct that. But the problem I'm having here is it's a little bit further away from the side of the board, but you still see that is so obvious. That says Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and it is so pretty. Rose Spirit, yes, Rose Spirit. Love you too, Miranda. We have a mutual, there's a SweetStamp, Sweet Sticks love affair going on in the background. We are arranged marriage of both brands. There's actually a Sweet Sticks brand SweetStamp set. So if you, Miranda actually has her own lettering set called Sweet Sticks, which is also available in Lollipop Cake Supplies. So I'm just going to use some alcohol, Rose Spirit, whatever you call it there. Oh, this is a dirty brush. I'm so bad at cleaning my brushes. And I'm just going to use this to clean away any little mistakes. So just like that. If I went over the edge a little bit, I'm going to use that to clear away any mistakes. Sometimes it's easier to do that when it's dried as well. but I'm just going to go straight in and clean those guys there. And again, it's always difficult to have perfection on a live, because little things go wrong, but it's good for you to see when they go wrong so you know how to fix them. So one mistake I have made before, and you just don't make yourself, is pick up this when it's still wet. This is liquid drying here. It's going to be evaporating. You're going to want to give that 10 minutes, maybe even a bit more if it's humid, to dry and evaporate before you lift it up. And just to recap, I've dusted the luster dusts just behind the lettering. So I dusted with no alcohol, no liquid, just as it is with a loose brush. Then what I did was I mixed the pure gold luster dust with dipping solution, or you call it rose spirit in Australia, to make a liquid paint. And you can paint with the liquid paint, or you can use the perfect pour to pour the liquid paint. So many uses for those dusts. And again, you can just use the ready-made paint, which is a liquid that is ready to paint. You just shake, pour and paint. That's the tagline. And these actually paint on buttercream and ganache, so some oily surfaces you can actually paint directly on. So let's say if you want a gold cake, buttercream cake, or black. Black is actually a really good example. If you buy the edible art paint in black, that means you're going to have your white buttercreamed cake, and when it's crusted over with a flat brush, you're going to paint the cake black. There's not going to be any black sugar paste, or buttercream, which is very hard to make anyway. You'd be using a whole pot of gel paste normally just to get a black buttercream, and just paint it on after. It's going to be so easy and quick. Now I'm going to move on to painting the cake. And do you know what would be the easiest way to do this? It's so hard to show you something I'm doing with side view. I want you to be able to see it. So maybe because this is a dummy, again, you wouldn't be able to do this with a real cake, but because this is a dummy, I can paint this on the side. But again, you're not going to be doing this if you are using real cake. And I'm only doing this because I want to show you how I'm painting it in. So you can use the paints as it is, but as I have this ready to go, I'm going to show you how I paint with this. So I'm just going to use the mixture that I've already made and pour it into my palette. And I'm going to get one of my SweetStamp brushes, and I'm then going to paint my lettering in. And the reason that this is not embossed as deep is because it's easier to paint lettering in by hand if it's not embossed too deep. If you emboss too deep, you're creating a wall, an edge that you're going to tip off, and it's going to make your project not as perfect. So that's a good little trick if you're wondering. And again, you don't always have to paint. Leave it bare, put sprinkles into it, royal icing, glitter. Anybody else have any suggestions? Have you ever done something different with SweetStamp other than painting it in? So many opportunities and options. So just like that, I'm painting in my lettering, and it's looking lovely already. I think I'll have to order another. I will have to do another order and order these stamps, as I just got an order today already. Why not? Treat yourself. There is much worse you could be spending money on. And again, you're supporting a family-run company, Lollipop Cake Supplies, and you're supporting the original SweetStamp, which is my brand. So I'm really grateful that you are supporting us, and Lollipop Cake Supplies have been a huge support from the beginning. They've been super busy recently during the pandemic, keeping everybody stocked up with loads of nice baking tools and ingredients to make sure that you're all kept baking and creating. And I should be over there right now. I think one of my, Facebook memories, it just popped up there this morning. A picture of me in, where was I? Brisbane last year. And I've been to Melbourne and Sydney with Lollipop Cake Supplies as well, showcasing SweetStamp at the shows. I did a live last year with Laurie the Caketress in Lollipop Cake Supplies warehouse. While you're watching that right now, look at that quality of the paint. That looks like the non-edible golds. It's so bright, but it is 100% edible. You can trust that Miranda only gives you high quality edible products. And the good thing about the golds is there's so many colours, like glamorous gold, champagne gold, there is pure gold, rose gold, and antique gold. That's a new one. I love that. There's never going to be a gold, just like every wedding cake has its own different metallic. I'm just going to turn this upside down. I know I'm going to have a dint at the back of the cake. I can try smooth that out later, but usually these cakes are all just for show, so it doesn't matter. And my motto is always, every cake has a back, and also the simpler cake designs are always the hardest ones, because you have to have perfectly flawless coverage. But it's great when you have cakes that have like loads of flowers and details, which allows you to hide little flaws. So I'm just going to finish this letter. That's lovely. I will paint all the stars, but I'm going to do that after the live, and I'm going to share a picture with Lollipop Cake Supplies they might share on. But isn't that turning out so pretty? I've seen the sprinkles added to the letters. You need to come to Adelaide. I would love to. I'm telling you, when this is when I'm allowed to travel again, I am coming to Australia. Loads of people watching. Steve's watching. Everybody say hi to Steve. He's the owner of the company. So here we go. That's the side of the cake done. We have our topper, which is almost dry, just like that. And now I'm going to show you a little technique which is not SweetStamp related. You might have seen this already, or if not, great. I'm delighted to be able to share this method with you. It is not an original method of mine. It's a way to create 3D clouds on a cake, and I think it's going to fit in so pretty with this. So just 1 second, I'm just going to clean my hands here because they are full of sugar paste. Fondant. Hi Steve, Michelle says, Sweet Sticks is such a great range of golds. My favourite is Glamorous Gold. So do you guys shop in the store with Lollipop Cake Supplies, or do you shop online, or a bit of both? It's such a lovely store. It's so spacious and such a big range as well. I remember when I was over there this time last year, I left with so much stuff in my suitcase. Disaster. My suitcase is already overflowing. Okay, if you just wanted to excuse me for a minute, I'm going to get some fresh, oh no, it's here. I was going to say I'm going to set fresh sugar paste or fondant, but I have some here already. It's crusting over quite quickly and I left some out. So what time is it there? It must be 9 o'clock. It is 12 o'clock here. It's so weird. I can never understand. Well, I obviously understand, but get over how crazy it is to be on different time zones. Okay, so I am going to be creating. I'm going to zoom out a bit so you can see more of what I'm doing. Now, this is such an easy technique, and it's going to add just a little bit more of a 3D effect to this cake. And I'm going to get some fondant. I'm going to take parts of it off and roll it into balls. So just round balls, different sizes. This is not my technique. I don't know, this has been going around for years. It's just a really clever way to make 3D clouds. I'm sure you've seen that. So people are saying boat. Some people, oh, I wish I could go to the shop because it's 3.5 hours away. It is a lovely shop. If you're maybe when everything calms down again and you're allowed to travel and classes are being hosted, it's a nice one just to attend a class in and spend a cakey day and meet some new cakey people. It's always nice. So I'm almost done here. I've got my little arrangement of fondant. That's lovely. And I'm going to create one more smaller version. I wish it wasn't so hot here. Really struggling with the heat and the fondant. I don't have air conditioning here in Ireland because we never have hot weather, and of course it's today, the day we're doing a live. Online for me, I'm in rural Queensland. Such a huge country, I can never get over it. I remember the first time I came over to Sydney, I was talking to Steve about how to get to Melbourne, following him to the next show. And I was like, can I get a bus or rent a car? I was like, it's crazy, the distance. Like Ireland is such a small country, you can get from one side to the other in 2.5, 3 hours max. Like most of the places are in an hour distance. The shop will be increasing in size in the next few months. Oh my God, Steve, what are you doing to us? You're teasing them all. Okay. I'm trying to make this smaller, but it's actually coming out similar size. Actually, I'll make that bit smaller there. So I'm sure you've seen this technique, but again, it's nice to be reminded about techniques as well. So normally you glue these all together, but it's so tacky here at the moment because of the humidity and the heat that I'm not needing to do that. So I'm just going to put that here and put that here. And Michelle, if you're listening, could you please heat up the white chocolate drip? I'm going to be showing you how to use the chocolate drip that Steve also stocks in store. Where is my corn flour? Oh my God, in front of me. I always do that. Does anybody else do that? Like you're looking for something and it's right in front of you. Okay, so I'm just getting any of that stickiness just out of that to make it easy. I'm just going to roll a flat sheet of fondant. And you don't want it too thick, but you definitely don't want it too thin as well. And yeah, that's looking good. Just a nice big one like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my edible glue. And I'm going to put some edible glue on the little white sugar paste clouds I have created here. Just on the surfaces there. Again, with edible glue, sometimes when you use more, it actually does the opposite. You want to make it dry but tacky at the same time. Then I'm going to move my little arrangement and I'm going to cover with the fondant. And just like icing a cake, you're going to just tease it and move it around to cover what you've created. Then I'm going to flip it upside down. And long nails are not my friend here again. You're going to be chopping away a lot of excess here. So you don't want any folds on the top as much as you can. You just want to drag that around. There's no neat, easy way to do this, I find. You're just going to be gluing and folding, and you're going to be cutting off all the excess when you're done. And I'm just going to grab my knife here and just cut it. There's a lot of excess there. This is why I don't show you how I cover cakes on lives. It just terrifies me. And then just teasing all that in here. That's not going to be seen from the front. And just rounding off my little cloud arrangement here. And we have a 3D cloud. And again, your ball tools are going to come in handy. So where are they? If you have any little bits that you want to tuck in, use the ball tool, and even the side of the ball tool can help with that. So we have lovely little 3D cloud here. So has anybody seen this technique before? So cute. You don't want to do too much kind of, you know, it's kind of nice being soft like that. I'm going to chop away all this here. You want a nice sharp craft knife, you can get them in store as well. And just smooth off what you need. Lovely, so we have a little cloud. I'm going to do the exact same with the next. Actually, I'm going to glue this one together. Just like that. So what are you saying? Have you seen this before? Yes, yes you have. And I thought I wasn't going to be teaching you anything original, but it's just such a nice, and it's a no tool way of doing it. I know that that Lollipop Cake Supplies have loads of great cloud cutters. So if you're not into doing this, you can actually just cut the shape of the clouds with your fondant and just stick it on nice and easily. So there we go, just being perfectionist now. I'm going to roll out the rest, and I'm just going to quickly do this next one. You probably have a better way of doing it than me. I'm kind of a messy, quick decorator, and that's how kind of SweetStamp started, because, you know, I'm not a perfectionist. I like things that are quick and easy, and I just don't want to be spending all my time doing little things that, you know, it's all about, for me, it's all about making things quickly and pretty. And that's why I love SweetStamp, and I hope you're all loving it too. So I'm just going to, I had way too much excess on the last one, so I'm just going to try gauge what I need. So I'm going to cover this guy now with some edible glue, trying to keep that staying where I put it. It's a smaller one, so it's easier. And then a bit of glue on the back now, and I'm going to just tuck all that in. Just pull it and attach it. Oh, sorry, the camera can't even see me. So just moving that all behind. And this is going to be glued down onto the fondant, so you're not going to see any of this part underneath. And again, just accentuating the cloud look. So we have clouds, we've got stars, and we've got our moon. And we have a cake that says, "Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how we wonder." And how long are we live? An hour and 20 minutes. And you've pretty much decorated a whole cake. So you could have that baked, covered, and then the decorating, you could fly through it. And obviously I'm slower now because I'm showing you how to do this. You could be much quicker at home doing this yourself. Sorry, the shutter is opening from our warehouse. You could probably hear that in the background. We just got a delivery. Okay, so I'm going to start putting things together here. So I need to be a bit more gentle. It's not just a lump of sugar paste. So I actually have some cake drip that Michelle so kindly heated up for me. And this is a product that Steve and the gang stock at Lollipop Cake Supplies. It's an edible drip, so you don't have to make your own ganache drip if you don't want. And it comes in so many colours. Actually, I think I have some colours here. You know, sometimes it's hard to get the perfect consistency and colours, but now that Chocolate Drip have created a product to do it, and again, it's one of the original products that Steve stocks, and I'm just going to just do a little tiny bit of drips coming down the side of the cake, exactly underneath where the moon, or the clouds are going to go, so it kind of looks like rain. And I'm just going to keep it white. I'm just going to use the colours with the topper. I'm going to be putting some pinks on the actual front of the cake as well. Again, baby cake, so all the little touches are subtle and cute. So what's the best way to do this? I think this view is probably going to be the best. And again, I'm just going to test this on the side. So scrap sugar paste here. And that is the perfect consistency. It's running out quite nicely. So I'm going to put the large arrangement of clouds just here. And I'm just going to let that drip down the side. Just like that. And just a little hint of drips, nothing too much. Again, baby cakes are all about little subtleties. And that has dripped down the side of the cake beautifully. Oh, don't want my sleeves getting away. Oh, let me just fix that. And then my moon is, or my clouds, I keep calling them moon, is just going to sit there, and it's gorgeous. I'm going to show you now in a second, but it's so pretty. Actually, do you know what I'll do? I'll turn this around and I'll do this side for the other camera. And I'm just going to zoom in on the other camera. And there you go. So if you've seen here, the drips are coming down the side, and I'm going to do the other side now. So again, sorry, this isn't the way I normally do it. It's hard to show you and do this at the same time. So a little drip there. This is a smaller cloud, so it's just going to be a little bit smaller. And then my clouds, just there. So you can see again, that's just so pretty and delicate looking. Then I'm going to go back to this screen. I'm going to turn this cake around. It doesn't take that long for the drips to dry. They should dry pretty quickly. Just want to move things around where I see fit. And then I'm going to get my topper. Now this is dried perfectly, so now I can put it on its side and I don't have to worry about it dripping. And because this is a dummy cake, I'm going to I'm not going to just force the blank canvas topper into the cake because I just need to be careful. It will fit into a sponge cake, no problem, but I just need to give it a bit of help. So if you're using blank canvas for dummy cakes for display purposes or just the top tier is fake, just use a scissors or knife to make your hollow for the topper to fit in then. And that's just going to fit in here. Lovely. I might add a few more clouds to this as well to give it a little bit more detail. Just going to try push this down so it's touching the bottom. Oh wow, it's looking fantastic. So let me show you on the big camera here. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to pop this on this turntable so you can see it a little bit closer. What do you guys think? Yes, you can reheat the chocolate drip. You don't have to worry about, it's not a one-use product, so it's so easy. Just pop it in the microwave to heat it, and then when you need it again, you just melt it again. So we have our little, well, it's centered. I'm looking at the opposite here. So I'm going to try zoom in so you can see a little bit more of the details on this. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is, sorry, I'm going the wrong way again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dust the little stars with pinks and blues and paint them in. And what you could also do is use like the nonpareils, you know, the little white sprinkles to add a little bit more colour. But I think that's everything I can show you, and I'm going to share the photo on the group. So Lollipop Cake Supplies has a Facebook group. What's the name of the group? Rachel. Sorry, my stuff's in the background here. Rachel will share the name of the group. It's such a lovely community of cake people that share what they've created with Lollipop Cake Supplies products and just inspire each other. So I'll share that on the group later, and maybe Lollipop Cake Supplies will share the finished picture of this on the Facebook page later as well. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've really enjoyed this, although it's like, I don't know how many degrees in here, but I'm really enjoying making this with you guys and talking through it. And it's actually such a lovely group of people as well. So many, most of you are from Australia, but there's been some international audience as well. And again, if you want to win this starter kit, so we have Lollipop Cake Supplies are giving away a candy set, a pickup pad, and an element set if you like and share this live. So thank you to everybody who's done it already. It's worked. There's been it's a great audience so far. And again, if you want to get your SweetStamp and Sweet Sticks savings, you can do so online with Lollipop Cake Supplies. They have 25% off so many SweetStamp products. And if you want even better savings at 30% off, you can do that and you'll grab your SweetStamp sets without the box. So last November we updated SweetStamp to include the storage boxes. So the storage boxes are just a little add-on, an extra that's included with all the sets at the moment except for the older stock. And what Steve and his team are doing, they're offering the older stock at 30% off, which is a huge saving, and it's going to be much cheaper. You're going to save much more money than when you buy the boxes individually, which should be available in the next 2 months to purchase individually. So if you want to just get SweetStamp and get started, get the feel of the brand and how to use the lettering, you can do that with Lollipop Cake Supplies 30% off. They'll explain it all to you. If you have any questions, message Lollipop Cake Supplies. They'll talk you through the offers they have at the moment, which are fantastic, and the same with the Sweet Sticks. They have some great offers there. And again, just keep an eye out for more lives. Lollipop are going to be doing a lot more lives and more inspiration and sharing with you what they can create with their products and just inspire you in general. Again, if you want to look at this board here, this guy here, which has all the lettering on it, you can go back. It must have been the first 10 minutes of the live, and you can actually screenshot it, or you can go onto the SweetStamp Instagram page. We have an Instagram page that has this on it, and I'm sure Lollipop Cake Supplies can share it to anybody who needs it. It's a really good board just to show you all the styles of the lettering and just to help you make your decision. Again, they're all for beginners. It's just some are even more suited for beginners. So it depends on your style, what you like. If you like doing cookies and small things, if you like large names in the front of a cake, if you want a medium set that does so many different designs, you can do that. So sets I'd recommend are the curly, which I think is on 30% offer, and the candy. The candy is on 25%, and there is a starter pack deal as well, which is huge savings. So you get your pickup pad and your candy set. And for people starting with cookie projects or smaller projects, the cookie set, the yellow set, is definitely what I'd recommend. But again, message me, message Lollipop. Rachel's been great at answering loads of questions, and thank you all so much for joining me on my live this morning, which is your night in Australia. So hopefully I'll be back again soon. I'll think of some more ideas and inspire you, hopefully. So thank you again, and I'll see you soon. Bye.